National Soccer League Grand Final. It's the climax of the year, soccer's big day, and what a day it should be. The atmosphere really building up for what should be a tremendous clash between Marconi and Sydney Olympic. After 7 months of hard toil, it's down to two teams to fight it out tooth and nail. The unpredictable Sydney Olympic against the very dependable Marconi, the defending champions against the pretenders. Which way will it go? Let's cross to our commentators, Mike Hill and John Cosmina.
Marconi. The atmosphere is electric. Great seeing this for the grand final for 1989. For the first time this afternoon, the fans get a sight of their heroes. On the right side, the New Zealand international, a lot's expected of him this afternoon. Pollard, who's fully recovered from the virus, who slowed him up last week. Other side, who scored that all-important goal last weekend. Donald McCullough, who will remember the scene at Mexico City in 1983 when he led the Australian youth side out against Mexico in the World Youth Championship. The atmosphere here this afternoon is very similar. The defending champions, the minor premiers. David Lowe gets a recall. Vince Colagiuri is the player who moves to the substitutes bench. Otherwise, it's the team that's done so well this season. 62 goals in 26 matches. And Sydney Olympic unchanged from the side that has battled through the playoffs. A few of those players still carrying injuries. John Kosh has fully recovered, and now so has Jason Polak, and that's good news for Sydney Olympic. They finished third, looking for their first grand final success. They were beaten in 1984, they were beaten in 1986. Is it going to be a case of third time lucky? Our referee this afternoon is Jim Reeves, who comes from Newcastle, 49 years old. Very experienced official. He's been on the National Soccer League panel since 1977. Sydney Olympic get the 1989 Grand Final underway, attacking the goals well right in the first half. Sydney Olympic in the all blue, Marconi their familiar green and white. What an occasion, and what a great atmosphere. With me again this afternoon, former Socceroos skipper John Cosmina. John, it really is magic.
Yes, Michael, I don't think we've seen a grand final like this in the National Soccer League for many a year, and I don't think we're going to find one again. Certainly two good teams here this afternoon, both deserve to be where they are, and certainly augurs for a great game.
Fourth meeting of these two sides this afternoon. Olympic of 1-2, the other one was drawn. Do you think, John, that will be weighing on the Marconi minds?
I think the major problem will worry the Marconi players is the fact they missed a game last week. It showed up in their game against St George in the final 2 weeks ago, and they really missed having a game the week before. And I think that'll be an important factor early on this afternoon.
There's certainly only one game in the last 3 weeks that could count against them, John.
Yeah, so they're going to have to settle into their pattern very early. If they let Olympic come at them in the first half hour or so, they could find themselves in trouble.
Marconi have got a free kick. Taken by Slavko Nastevski. Athafolis. Colucci. At that time by John Kosh. And now Grantley. Kosh again. Played that one forward, looking for Assad. And the problems of his last game against Marconi, scored a hat-trick. He's Grantley! And touched away in the end, but the offside flag was up. But Assad seems to excel against Marconi. It was the player who caused all the problems.
There's certainly a great run forward by Abbas Michael. He's the man that's going to cause a problem for the Marconi defence this afternoon.
It's touched away in the end by John Porter Marini, but the offside flag was up. won a championship medal with Harpia 2 seasons ago. Joined Marconi at the start of this year. Mariani, his assistant there. Ivo Pascalo, former Marconi player. Red Dion just backheading that. Harry Meyer quickly off his line. Harry Meyer, who's been a servant at Sydney Olympic for 18 years. His 249th game this afternoon. Now coming to the end of his very distinguished career. And he'd love to go out with the winner's medal. On the line side. Going very heavy for that challenge, the New Zealand international, making his presence felt in midfield in the early minutes. Certainly John Robbie Ironside will be fired up this afternoon, such a competitor.
Yes, he's a battler for everything, Robbie. He's not going to want to lose this game this afternoon.
Off for Grant Lee. Throw for Marconi. Now Jean Bordomarini. Wait that time by John Kosh. Forward by Caldron. Hit it on there by Peter Catholis. Steve Georgiakis. Penalised there for using his arm. Free kick to Marconi right on the edge of the penalty area, and this could spell danger. Dangerous in these situations. Eddie Thompson, the Sydney Olympic coach, will be very aware of that. Sydney Olympic have pulled everybody back. Kovaslevsky, who's scored 21 goals so far this season. This is just about his range. There, teasing the ball, steps back again. Stevsky, and this time the ball charged it down. Stevsky there appealing to the referee. The ball wasn't 10 yards. Throw on the far side now to Sydney Olympic. Mariani, former Marconi player. In their first championship winning side in 1979. National championship last year in his first year of coaching. Steve Georgiakis. Irish Redwoods. Just failing to keep them on the far side. Now Robbie Hooker. Tony McCulloch. Certainly, John, it's a fast and furious start from both sides.
Yes, well, Marconi have had the better of the first 5 minutes of play. Olympic tend to be a little bit hurried when they do get possession of the ball. I think if they want to stay in this game, they're going to have to settle down, try and keep the ball a little bit and play amongst themselves a little bit more than they had started out to.
With the throw. Fred Dion. Culloch. Trying to lift that one forward now, Alistair Edwards. His first ever goal in the National Soccer League against Marconi. Polak. Jerry Gomez and Vince Calagiuri on the bench this afternoon for Marconi. Robbie Hooker. Just failing to keep that one in. So this is the deepest. Way there by Caldron. Now Kosh. Wait this time by Peter Catholis. Haniotis. Steve Georgiakis. Side flag was up against Abasar. Marconi can break. This is Ian Gray getting away from Haniotis. Now Fred Dion. Touch of the head there from Robbie Hooker proved to be important. Peter Catholis gets his shot on target because of the foul of Gary Meyer. Good break that though from Marconi. Started in midfield by Ian Gray. First time ball in. That was an important touch from Robbie Hooker. took it away from Zlatko Nastevski. Peter Kafolas gets the shot on target. No worries for Gary Meyer. Yellow other side. Good break from midfield that time by Ironside. The ball just drifted away from him. Peter Kafolas again. Now David Lowe finding space. John Porter Marini. White, free and grey. Robbie Hook is the player who goes across for Olympic. Intelligent play there from Robbie Hook, the former Australian youth international skipper. Started his career at Sydney City. George Arthur's there, penalised for the challenge on Ian Gray. Steve Calder taking the free kick quickly, lifting one over the defenders. David Lowe there, quick thinking, but denied by Gary Meyer. He's quickly off his line. Alistair Edwards. Now Hook up. Bartley just glancing at the ball. Deliberate pace of handball with the referee there trying to play the advantage. Quite full for Robert Ironside. Robbie Ironside bursting from midfield, John. That could be quite a problem for Marconi.
Yeah, so it's the second one in as many minutes, and it's going to cause problems for Marconi because with the mobility of Abbassad and Alistair Edwards up front, it leaves a lot of space in the middle for Ironside to fill in. And he loves to do it. He loves to go forward. As does Ian Gray for Marconi. We saw Ian was the man responsible to set up that attempt from Peter Kafolas. Made a 40-yard run from the middle of the park.
Fred de Jong. Pushing there with Robert Ironside there. Roommates, in fact. No love lost this afternoon. Peter Kafolas. Raspberry there from the Sydney Olympic supporters. That one comes floating in, safely taken by Gary Meyer. 33 years old. He's playing some of the best ball of his career. Never took his eye off this ball. Safe catch. Good ball from Kafolas there, just distracted by Nastevski. This is John Kosh. Now Pollack. Into the path from Abbassad. Steve Calder in there, combining well with Robbie Wheatley. Fred de Jong. Good turn there from the New Zealand. He's brought down by Rob. John Kosh in back. Fred de Jong pushing away the Sydney Olympic player. Stepping in quickly. Pretty competitive out there, John.
Yes, there's no love lost between either of these two teams. Both are desperate to get a win this afternoon.
Robert Wheatley with the free kick. Fred de Jong. Stripping the ball over the touchline. De Jong 13 goals so far this season for the New Zealand international. Far inside. And Robbie got his head to that, but away by Steve Calder and Robbie Wheatley. Fred de Jong. Inside there, picking up on the loose ball. Deliberate pace of handball from Steve Calder. That's the second time this afternoon, and he gets a yellow card. There's an Ironside waiting at the far post. As Kosh floats this one across. Away though by Ian Gray, and there was some pushing. Which was spotted by referee Jim Reeves.
See evidence there, Michael, when Corbin handled that ball, of what I mentioned earlier about the centre half and Marconi being pulled out in the middle of the park, and it's leaving spaces for the Olympic players to get behind them.
And pulled around. Stevski. To the heart of Kafolas. Peter Kafolas. And John Porter Marini. Putting two lines there, and in goes square. This is Colucci. Deserved a booking there, but I think the referee might have played the advantage because Olympic were on their way.
Yes, I'm surprised he didn't, Michael.
Cordrin. Now Polak is knocking that one down. John Kosh lifting it forward. Grant Lee chasing through. Grant Lee there seeming to be pulled back by Peter Baffolis. Nothing given. Marconi have got a goal kick. John, this big crowd, how will this be affecting the players this afternoon?
Well, it can work one of two ways, Michael. The players can use it to their advantage. With all the noise and the support they're getting, can certainly boost your adrenaline levels and really make you play out of your skin. Or, on the other hand, it can really affect your nerves and you can have a nightmare.
Yes, Fred de Jong. It's a good ball forward from David Lowe. Still Fred de Jong. Charged down though by Robbie Hooker. Wait for a corner. A good swift break that from Marconi. Touch forward there by David Lowe. Fred de Jong, good running from the New Zealand international. Robbie Hooker's the player who comes across. Blocks the shot, it goes away for a corner. The opportunity of swinging this one in. Only Robbie Wheatley stayed back from Marconi. In fact, this one curls in safe and taken over by Gary Meyer. Safe handling. A good throw now sets David Barrett on his way. Showed too much of that though to Ian Gray. Now David Lowe, who's been so lively this afternoon. Used as a substitute in the last 3 or 4 matches. He does look keen, doesn't he, John?
Yes, he's been buzzing around everywhere, and his ability to combine with Fred de Jong's going to be one of the major points of this game. It could be a telling factor this afternoon. They work very effectively together.
He's low again. Played it on through to Wheatley. Now Ironside. Allowed to turn. Wheatley stayed forward, tries to slide that one through. Just desperate. Desperate intercept there from Robbie Hooker. Coming from behind. Especially goes in now. Pushes Hooker to the ground. Referee Jim Reeves going to step in here quickly. Robbie Hooker here did so well. Good intercept that. Robbie Wheatley comes bundling, catches Hooker from behind. Robbie Hooker there reacts. Fred de Jong, Koch. Now Gray, Fred de Jong who kept running. Ball goes away for a goal kick. De Jong there falling awkwardly after that challenge from Steve Georgiakis. Move this out from Marconi. Ian Gray just lifting that one forward. Fred de Jong falling awkwardly there after that challenge.
Yes, it appeared to land on the base of his spine. He looks to be in a little bit of trouble.
Steve Georgiakis. Easily come out by Cordrin. Now Polak. Good by Tommy McCullough. Tommy McCullough and then being caught. The kick's been taken. Through Georgiakis. Played by Wheatley. Georgiakis again. Not sure if he meant that for a shot or a cross, but it goes wide in any case. It's all academic. So 28 minutes gone, still no score. Neither side really, John, has settled.
No, the play's been very, very scrappy so far. There's a lot of silly free kicks been given away. A lot of possession has been given away as well. What either team really needs is for someone in the middle of the park, the Robbie Ironsides or the Ian Grays of the game, to actually get on the ball and stand on it, to slow things down and to play the game at a pace that's good for both teams.
Certainly seen the Olympic rules of Jason Polak. He's such an influence on this Olympic side, but he really hasn't had a chance to get into the game yet.
Well, he's been closely marked by Tommy McCulloch, and the times that he has got away, he's been fouled. He hasn't been really able to contribute much so far.
Georgiakis. Inside there, beaten in the air by Follis. Improving Follis. So determined this afternoon to do well against his old club. The challenge came in from Alistair Edwards 12 months ago. He was playing for Glasgow Rangers in Scotland, former Australian Youth International.
So there's another example of those silly tackles I was talking about, Michael. Catholis wasn't going anywhere, he was running full pelt towards the touchline. And he had Brantley in support, so I can't see why Alistair had to bring him down.
Winning that challenge in the air. Georgiakis. Now Polak. Polak again, Tommy McCulloch in close attendance. He was possessing him that time. And then picking out Peter Follis. Space in which to operate. Now John Border-Marini. John Border-Marini played that one in, away by Hooker. Ian Gray. Shot there well off target. Gray looking there to add to his 8 goals so far this season.
Yes, he had a little smile to himself. I think he realised that it was a little bit optimistic to attempt a shot from that range and with the ball bouncing as that one was.
Thompson and Hickman, the Grange Trust at Sydney Olympic. Some Polak. Now Kosh. Away from McCulloch. It's good John Kosh. Gray, the player coming across. McCulloch. Yellow card. John Kosh swinging an arm there at Tommy McCulloch.
Referee certainly letting nothing go.
Ritchie with the free kick. Wait there by Ironside. Now Kosh. Polak. So on that far side, he wished to operate. The Follis is the player in pursuit. It's not Cody Stefsky there, just failing to keep it in. There's Lefko and Stefsky. 20 goals in the regular league season, 1 in the playoffs, another 1 in the cup. He has had a magnificent season.
Yes, his record there speaks for itself. 73 NSL games and 39 goals. Coach couldn't ask for more.
Other side. Stefsky back. Now Kosh. Away from Stefsky. Ironside. Reception there by Peter Follis. Follis there trying to play that one through, looking for David Lowe. Play again from the Olympic skipper. Georgiakis. There though for us in the Olympic. Luigi can get it forward. Interesting, John Marconi trying the long ball at every opportunity. It's not really been their game this season, has it?
No, they've been a team that like to build up from the back through their midfield and then into their forwards' feet. But this afternoon it's been quite effective so far. Freddie Young's had a good afternoon holding the ball up, and David Lowe and Ian Gray both, and Stefsky also have all been moving off him very well. Olympic have tried a lot of long balls this afternoon also, but they're giving them straight back to the Marconi defence.
George Aniotis with a heavy clearance. Gray just fouls to keep it on the far side. Much been given to Marconi. However, side. Chance to use his pace. Obstructed there by Bellucci, and he's got to go. He's got a yellow card, and he's off. So Matteo Bellucci is sent off in the 39th marching orders. When he was booked earlier, that was a bookable offence. There was no attempt there to play the ball.
Yes, that was a ridiculous foul. I can't understand why Colucci would have tried to take Abbas out there. He was 50 yards from his goal. There's no way in the world he could have built something up from that, but it was silly to bring him down on the halfway line.
Deliberate obstruction, that is a bookable offence. It's his second yellow card, which means it's red, and he's off. So Matteo Colucci, injured in last year's grand final, sent off this year. And Marconi now down to 10 men, with 5 minutes still to go to half-time.
There's appeared to be a little incident in back play there with, I think it's Tommy McCullers-Adine, Gray, and Abbasad.
The referee, Jim Reeves, has gone to talk to the linesman on the far side, Stuart Lockery. Tommy McCulloch is the player down. Now referee Jim Reeves is going to come and talk to the linesman on this near touchline, Manny Lopez. So often we see a referee send a player off on one side and even up the situation, John. I wonder what's going to happen here.
I don't really think there was too much in there. Tommy could have been acting a little bit. I know him and Abbas have had a few clashes this afternoon, but I didn't really see anything that warranted a send-off. It's possible he could book him, but I don't think the linesman saw anything either.
Which referee Jim Reeves decided?
I think Abbas's heart would have been racing for a few moments there. Certainly had a little bit of spice to the game.
Certainly now it's going to be a test for Marconi. Steve Georgiakis. Waited by Steve Caldron. And Georgiakis. He's chasing through for Sydney Olympic. No worries there for Robbie Wheatley. Pushing the back that time by John Kosh. Slatko Mustevski. So, John, can you see any changes out there? Who's taken over the fullback spot for Colucci?
Well, I think as it stands at the moment, Bertie will probably play as they are until half-time. If anything, Tommy McCulloch may drop back and play a little bit deeper. He could pull Ian Green back along to complement that. But I think you'll find Robbie Wheatley will slot in and cover quite comfortably.
Oh, and Tommy McCulloch's dropped into that fullback position. He played for the Socceroos. You remember the World Cup qualifier in 1985 in the fullback spot. Carlos Redwoods. Holds the player who's come across. Only getting the throw. 2 minutes to go to half-time. Still no score at the Parramatta Stadium in the 1989 Grand Final. Certainly drama here. Marconi reduced to 10 men. Now John Kosh. Edwards. Good turn from Alistair Edwards. Chipping that one forward. The offside flag was up against Abbasad. Really sliced his clearance there. Wait for a throw. 60 seconds of stoppage time has been played at the end of the first half. David Barrett with a cross, on the line side is forward. Beaten there by Fred Dion. Now John Kosh trying to battle his way through. Good play this time by Robbie Wheatley. For Slatko Mustevski to chase. Robbie Hooker. Away from his keeper, and Gary Meyer there reacted quickly. Much to the relief of the Olympic supporters. Still nimble on his feet at 33 years old, Gary Meyer. Robbie final. The half-time scoreline, Marconi 0, Sydney Olympic 0. So Marconi get the second half underway now, taking the goal to our right. Remember, they're down to 10 men. Taylor Colucci was the player sent off, the first Marconi player sent off this season. Something that really will annoy his coach, Bertie Mariani.
Yes, especially after having won the Primo Fair Play Award.
And Jason Polak, caught there by Steve Caldron. So free kick to Sydney Olympic. Let's put you in the hot seat, John. What would Eddie Thompson have said to his team at half-time?
I think he's going to look for his players to get more width, especially with Marconi being a man down. Be looking to get Jason Pollock, Steve Georgiakis or Johnny Kosh in behind the Marconi defence in their right back position.
Fred was there, the player called offside.
So far this game, the service to the forward line has been terrible. They've been long high balls that there's not really the sort of service that your players like Abbassar and Alistair Edwards can deal with effectively. They need the ball into space on the ground.
John, you played against teams with only 10 men. Is it easier or is it harder?
I think it becomes a little bit harder, especially the longer the team holds out. The team with the man short tend to have a psychological advantage. Everyone seems to lift their performance another 10 or 15%.
Here's Alistair Edwards making this one across. They're just failing to get a touch now, Ironside. Going back to the touch of Robin Ironside, the throw goes to Marconi. But Alistair Edwards there got behind the Marconi defence. Robin Ironside is waiting at the far post. Grant Lee makes a run to the near post. Just fails to get a touch. Long clearance from Gary Meyer, and looking in this second half at the assistants and quite a stiff breeze at their backs. So really, they have got everything going for them. Marconi down to 10 men. Now John Kosh. Grant Lee. Under pressure there by Zlatko Nastevski. Marconi now just playing with Nastevski and David Lowe up front. And David Barrett. Lifting this one in. Side beaten there by Steve Caldron, Jason Polak, lovely skills. Steve Polak riding those challenges well. Here's Alistair Edwards, right-footed. The shot on target. It was on his wrong foot. But there were some delightful skills there from Jason Polak to create the chance. David Lowe is the player who's gone down after the challenge from Steve Georgiakis. Low there trying to turn. He's caught by the legs of Steve Georgiakis. Jason Polak did so well there, John, in that previous move, and the Olympic will be looking for him to do more of this afternoon.
Yes, there's some great touches, some great demonstration of skill there by Jason. He beat 3 players and set the chance up for Alistair Edwards. Here we have it here. He's past one, brings it down, good close controls, past the second, knocks it wide for Alistair.
Came to his wrong foot, unfortunately, for Olympic. Freddie Young. There by John Kosh. There's ball right across the face of goal to McCullough. Now Peter Catholis. He'd love to score this afternoon against his old club. That breaks nicely for Abbassar. Olympic on a 3-on-3 situation. Still out the side, faced there by Gray. Playing that one, it was easily cut out in the end by Robbie Wheatley. Jason Polak, now out the side, just touching it for Kosh. David Barrett comes forward. Now John Kosh. Beck Polak trying to cut in across the face of goal. No worry for Bobby Kaplan. Challenge that from Steve Georgiakis. Still Georgiakis getting away from Ian Gray. Still Steve Georgiakis flicking that one in, looking for Abbassar. Here comes Ironside. Still Robin Ironside. Caught from behind by McCullough. Free kick for Sydney Olympic just outside the penalty area. afternoon. Marconi had pulled everybody back. So who will it be? Jason Polak or Alistair Edwards?
John Kosh.
Jason Polak straight against the wall. Here's David Barrett trying to get it back in quickly. Ironside just prodding that one forward. Bobby Capley though was quickly off his line. I suppose though, John, the temptation for Olympic is to throw players forward. Marconi down to 10 men. They're going to get exposed at the back.
Yes, they certainly have superiority in numbers now.
John Kosh. Now Polak. Ball breaks down. Here's Gray switching it wide. The Follis trying to break through midfield. Now David Lowe finds space on his near touchline. First time ball in. Good challenge that from David Barrett. Boots in the chest from Zlatko Nistevski for his efforts. Nistevski there immediately checks that he's okay. Billy Thompson has won so many championships for Sydney City. He feels that he can win a championship for Sydney Olympic will be his greatest achievement. It's a very young side.
Yes, I tend to agree with him there, Michael. At Sydney City, the club has spent quite handsomely on a lot of good players. Here, Thomas had to start from scratch, build a team up from virtually nothing. He's done a great job to have them in the grand final.
Now Cordoran. Jock is in first. Alistair Edwards. Good skills there from the former Australian Youth International. Lifting that one forward. Well read in the end by Steve Cordoran. Now Georgiakis. Cordoran under pressure. Came off John Cordoran in the end. Another throw for Sydney Olympic. Steve Georgiakis too much chance with that. Alistair Edwards, Australian Youth International, 17 appearances for the young Socceroos. He scored 4 goals. warming up on the sideline.
He's off. He'll send him off. That'll be his second bookable offence this afternoon. Kosh's booked just in the last minutes of the first half.
Steve Cordoran there immediately went to the referee to try to persuade him to send John Kosh off. Already been booked. Certainly a lot of players trying to get out to behave themselves in the second half. Some of the yellow cards handed out in the first 45 minutes.
Sometimes yellow cards are no way to discipline players. I think what they need, especially in a game of this importance and with the atmosphere here being like it is, the players need to be spoken to sternly 2 or 3 times before the cards actually start coming out.
Gray, straight to Ironside, Gallagher Assad. Trying to backheel there for Alistair, which all breaks down. Here's Robbie Wheatley coming forward. Fred Dion's available on the far side. Getting this one across. Nistevski with a header. From that range, usually, John, you've got to put your house on it, but Nistevski would have found the back of the net.
Yes, it was most uncharacteristic with all the space he had. I felt Schiller would have tried to bring that ball down and slot it away. He seemed to panic somewhat. Here we have Robbie releasing Fred Dion on the left. Freddie knocks a great ball over and finds Nistevski unmarked in the box. All the time in the world. Grand final moves.
Georgiakis, the player hooking that one forward. Now Ironside. Bartley. Kosh. Alistair Edwards with space in which to operate. Alistair Edwards faced there by Robbie Wheatley. Alistair Edwards tried it near post in the end, pushed away by Bobby Capley. Marconi players there expecting a cross. Alistair Edwards took responsibility himself. This John from Alistair Edwards.
Yes, well, Alistair's been found wide here and he makes some space for himself, goes inside and comes back out to make the angle for the shot. Catlin did well to parry it. The ball was swinging away from him.
Jason Polak with the corner for Olympic. Marconi. Gets it away the third time. The Bobby captain there elected to punch. Seemed as if he had enough time to be able to catch that one. Perhaps nerves again into the Marconi keeper. Jarvis again. This time Captain Carnes takes it safely. Such a good handle of the ball. It was a surprise there till he elected to try to punch.
Yeah, I was quite surprised because he's big and strong, and when he comes out, he can quite easily bolt opposing players out of the road.
Down low. Gray sprinting it wide. The Forest with a lot of space. Sprinting the Forest. Lifting this one in. Now David Lowe. Gary Meyer calling 2 lines. Cleared off the line in the end by Robert Ironside. Sydney Olympic there. The ball watching. And in the end it was Robert Ironside clearing it off the line. Happy to the Forest. Nicely though for Jason Polak. But there was a let off there for Sydney Olympic. Peter Gatholis found space on that far side. They just lifted the ball forward. So the Olympic there were caught out. David Lowe slides that one in. Gary Meyer slips. Comes off of being great, and there's Robert Ironside to clear it off the line. Another substitution to be made. And Jerry Gomez is going to come on for the final 11 minutes, and David Lowe is the player that comes off. So David Lowe comes off. Jerry Gomez, who was sent off in the grand final last year, is the player who comes on for the final 11 minutes of regulation time. There's from Gary Meyer putting Robbie Wheatley under pressure. It breaks now for John Kosh, running into trouble. Not stopped there by Peter Gatholis. Now Polak. Wide looking for Barrett, a colourful player coming across. Goes out of play, it's a throw for Sydney Olympic. Polak. David Barrett, moving very slowly on that far side. Gomez moving inside now. Grant Lee trying the shot. Got down well. Shot was on target from Grant Lee. Again, some good play in there from Robert Ironside. Jason Polak floated this one in. Robert Ironside beat Jerry Gomez. Grant Lee took it well on his chest, got the shot on target. Bobby Captain though got down well. David Barrett's the player who's come off. Andrew Bennell is the player that comes on. Away that time by Jean-Paul de Marini. Peter Gatholis. We're going to get a dramatic last-minute winner. Kenny Otis there came across quickly. Ian Gray gets up, takes the throw, picks out Zlatko Listevski. Listevski. Running this one in. Gary Meyer takes it safely. Though the game has had so much at stake this afternoon, John, it's been played in a good spirit. Indicated here with Freddie Young and Gary Meyer.
Yes, Burns comes out and takes the ball ever so clearly, and Freddie gives him a friendly pat on the head.
Andrew Bennell. Our watch now, we're playing stoppage time at the end of the regulation 90 minutes. Now Grant Lee there upended, so a free kick to Sydney Olympic. Kosh wants to get it forward. Cut out by Robbie Wheatley. And he made a run up front there for Marconi. Now Gray. Socks rolled down. He's been a busy game in midfield this afternoon for Ian Gray.
Yes, I think Ian Gray's the reason Eddie Thompson would have substituted David Barrett and pushed Andy Burnell into midfield. Gray's certainly been having a good effect on the game the last 15-20 minutes, and Eddie will look to have that shackled up. Hopefully Burnell will do the job for him.
Caught there by John Kosh. So a free hit to Marconi. 90 seconds of stoppage time has now been played. Olympic have pulled everybody back. Marconi have pushed everybody forward. John Porter Marini. Marconi Stefsky. Surely that must be the winner. Those Marconi fans go crazy. Hugs there for Bernie Mariani. The goal coming 2 minutes into stoppage time. Celebrations on the Marconi bench. There's Zlatko Nastevsky, goal number 22 of the season, and Williams scored a more important one. The goal came in the 92nd minute, floated across there by Jean-Paul Marini, and Zlatko Nastevsky gave Gary Meyer no chance whatsoever. It was a good cross though, John. Excellent finishing.
As great ball in by John Porter Marini. Nastevsky left unmarked in the box, which is the sort of thing you cannot do against a player of his calibre.
Zlatko Nastevsky, goal number 22. Then we've seen a dramatic winner. 2 minutes into stoppage time. The minor premiers, the defending champions, are now ahead.
This is certainly a sickening blow for the Olympic players. They battled so well this afternoon. They've really had the better of the game for most of the first half and also the second half.
One of the youngsters, the Marconi supporters, who have given their team so much encouragement this season. Bobby Hooker knocks it forward. Time now against Sydney Olympic. Andrew Burnell wanting to take the throw quickly. Now Robbie Hooker. Hoisting this one in. Olympic have thrown everybody forward. That came off the head of Jerry Gomez. Abasad letting it go out and play for a corner. Abasad there wanted to take it quickly. Loading this one in. Against the post. And Alice Stevens puts it away. There was the chance, and Eddie Thompson knows that could have been the last chance. It was a well-taken corner. It deceived Bobby Captain all ends up. Abasad curled this one, hit the inside of the far post. It came across, and Alice Stevens couldn't get the touch that he wanted. Gary Mara want to get this one forward quickly.